Hello. Okay, so this is quite dumb. It just started pouring, so I'm under here and I can't go in my place right now because lots of noise, yada yada, right? So what I was saying was, I believe it was how the person, you start giving the other person the beat, it kind of gives them an option to start resonating with the other person. Kind of back to what I was saying about the resonating with the singing. When you're at a party and someone's singing, they'll kind of just have this really high level energy of feeling, and I say energy because I don't know, it just feels right, and they will get super happy, super excited, super exhilarated, and it's just such a nice feeling to see that. And when I beatbox, people will start jamming to it and get that similar feeling because I'm the one initiating it. And usually when someone initiates something like that, then people can start having more fun and start being more loose and start having more energy. And I find that super incredible because it's literally just through something that's called sound, which is music. And then you can do it on your own pace, whatever you want, everything with your own imagination, your own creativity, everything. And that's called beatboxing, and that's how you produce it yourself. And that's just beautiful, I'll just say that. And so, brain fart. With, I guess, the resonating thing, kind of back to the community thing. I learned, okay, yeah, actually, for the next question, who would I learn from? My mentors? I'm gonna say the world, because, in this world, there's just so much diversity, so much creativity, there's so many different types of styles, and with music, there's just countless ways of doing it. And what's super phenomenal and interesting about beatboxers are that they all freestyle, especially the one, or at least anyone who gets into it, they make their own music. That's just how the people are. Anyone who produces will come up with their own styles. And every single human being is designed differently, especially their brain. And let's can kind of talk about psychology, all that, but I'm not going to get too into it. And what's crazy is you kind of, if you're very observant, I feel like you can just learn by being around other people. And with beatboxing, like I was saying, is you do that duet with that one other person. I've learned so much just from doing a duet with one person. When I did ever my first duet freestyle, which was just kind of just random at a program, at a support program, by the way, I volunteered. And what happened was, he was just like, give me a bass and give me this. So he gave me two tools to work with and how to build it up and start. And then as I'm starting to build it up and start, he's kind of thinking about what I'm doing and how to come with it, so we both go together at the same time and then make a song. And then we would try to, when the build up comes and then when the drop comes, we try to time it properly. We use hand signals as we're doing it, be like kind of thing, or like the bass, like if you're, so like a lot of beatboxers use signaling. And if I'm just beatboxing doing freestyle, I'll just be like, right, I'll use my hands. I'm just using it like this as an example because I'm under here, it's very small. And they'll kind of resonate off that. They'll see the hands like languages kind of and be like, oh, you're doing that? Like if you're signifying bass by doing boom, 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 then the person will look at you and be like, keep doing it and they'll tell you, like, I don't know, it's just a passionate thing. Like you just can read each other as soon as you're both in the moment, and you both start, as soon as you guys connect, you guys just know how to move along with each other. And it's so fascinating because it's coming through music, something everyone's just creating through sound. And it's similar to language, you could say, but these two people are using their own languages, but they're still communicating, which is super interesting. And it kind of comes back to psychology. And I love that and I adore that. And so when I come back to the learning from a mentor thing, I'll constantly meet people, and every time I meet them, they'll always have a signature sound. And these signature sounds are signature, they're unique. And like I was saying, everyone's designed differently. And what's cool about that is people will start, if there's a really cool signature sound that someone has made and it sounds really catchy with like someone else's style and like the music they create, they'll try to really like learn that, and so they can add that to it. And then maybe if they get that sound they learn, that signature sound they learned from someone, they can maybe use the signature sound they've made and the signature sound they've made and then try to mix it together or add it to something and make a combo, and then boom, that's new music from two signature unique artists. And people just do it all the time, and then people could start accumulating a ton of knowledge from all of the people and experience they've met, and then make these very unique and amazing tracks off of pretty much creativity. And it's beautiful. Sorry, my dog just jumped on the bed. And it's I can't say it enough, it's just truly incredible. And so with mentors, really all I have to do is just meet people in the world, because it doesn't even have to be a beatboxer that has that signature sound. If you're observant and someone just starts, let's say just for example, someone starts listening to music on a speaker, right? Hold on, give me 1 sec. Dog's being a little annoying. Let's say someone starts listening to music through a speaker. They'll put their own style of music, the music they like, the music they have taste in, which is not always yours, and it's usually sometimes some new music. You could learn from that song of someone else, which is still another artist, and take what they made in that song, and there could be a certain part that you liked, and then you can add it to your own rhythms, and then maybe add it to a rhythm that you've made. Then once again you're creating and just compacting stuff, compounding everything together. And it's just rinse and repeat, and then you keep learning, and then you start developing more signifying things. Like you start learning patterns really well. Like I've gained a lot from beatboxing mentally and expression too. It's great. It really allows you to self-express and also to symbolize and also to formalize, because formalizing something with your mouth and your brain is not super easy, and you're doing both at the same time. It allows your brain to be really fast once you start making songs, because there's so many. If you listen to a song, there is hundreds and hundreds of sounds. Even if it's a low song, it's the same like sounds, or again like right? It kind of just keeps going. You just literally just keep adding layers upon layers upon layers upon layers, and you'll just keep getting more and more and more. It's just consistent amount of music, and it's kind of hard to explain music in this way, and I'm not sorry if I'm not really the best at it, because it's something that people grow in on their own in their own ways. So there's not really a specific way. I'm just kind of saying examples. Really, there's not really any specific way to this kind of style. And that's what's so amazing and beautiful about it, because I've always loved unique. And with this, it just creates always uniqueness to everyone who does it, or even with music in general. And so you could say my project's about music, but it's also about beatboxing. I'd like to say it's mainly about music, but it's got some sub music in there, because this is kind of originating from music. And I would say this is pretty much my capstone project. If there's any specific questions, I can answer them. I'll email them. Sorry for doing a video, and sorry that's taking a little bit. I have a lot to do today. I was kind of in a rush, and I'm terrible at editing. Back to the autism thing, I'm very bad at writing, all that. I just disappoint if I were to do that. And with this, it's more back to like beatboxing, super creative and imaginative for me. It's more visually creative. It's not like written creative. That just feels more physical to me. I like more imagination and visualness, and something about that just felt more right to me. So thank you for the video option. I appreciate it a lot more, because it feels more real, I guess, to me. I don't know. But thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for giving me the info for the Capstone project. I hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed watching the project. Sorry if it's a little slow. Have a good day.